Thank you so much for joining me today. We've got a little bit of a different situation going on today. Thanks all for joining Creators Live. My name's Bryan, I'm your host. We're doing the mask today, so if I sound a little bit muffled, that's why. We also have our man Mauricio working remote today. So everyone give a big round of applause to Mauricio for making everything work and, you know, helping me figure out how to get everything set up today. So big props to Mauricio. Today, by pretty popular demand, we're going to be doing direct-to-film again, this time with extra focus on making it work with the regular platen. I know everyone knows it's easy to do with the vacuum platen, but seems like more people are curious how to get it consistent on regular platen. So we're going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go ahead, we're just going to print a couple of graphics already set up. Since Mauricio's working remote, we are going to take it a little bit easy. This one is not set up for video capture. So no special changes as far as software settings. If you have any questions, we can always discuss that as we come into it. Mauricio, I'm not getting audio out of our screen in here. What do I need to do for that? So that I can hear these lovely people as well. So I like to center my sheets on the platen so that y'all can see. I align it to the front edge, and it's important that you always have your platen the right way around so that it's not any overhang that you can't print on. Just wanted to make sure that if anyone had to chime in for questions that I would be able to hear you and answer you. Okay, so you want to make sure that your platen is the right way around and you line it up right to the front. In this case, I'm going to put this down for a second. I line up my sheet in between the little crimps here and here. So it ends up being the perfect width where you basically line it up to the crimps and it's nice and center. So we're going to go ahead and get this down like so, as straight as possible. And then I have this black tape. This is like the kind of cloth tape, like what we sell for the shoe platen. It's a like kind of a light grip, not very sticky tacky. So it works really well for this because it'll release from the sheets without messing it up or having to tear anything. So I'm going to tape down the four corners just to ensure that my sheet is not going to move around as I'm printing. So we're going to go ahead and adjust the height. Right to the middle. Nothing fancy there. And then going to go ahead and let it rip. So we're going to be using the new DTF environments like what we have on the Facebook group. And in this case, I'm using the full underbase environment because the graphic that I'm using has a lot of black, and black tends to benefit from the full underbase environment. Always remember to mirror your image so that when you transfer, it's the right side around. And let's see here. I just did top center. This graphic already has a little bit of space towards the top of the image on the actual canvas of the graphic. So I don't feel the need to add any margins. Kimberly's asking if I'm using hot peel. Yes, this is hot peel. Michael, I think you should be expecting to get your printer back pretty soon here. I'm excited for you. I haven't checked the tracking anytime soon, but I'm sure we can take a look when we're all done here. In case anyone was curious, Michael's upgrading from the 330TX to the Plus. So he sent his printer into us, and it's in the process of being upgraded and sent back to them. So that's exciting. And then we can get your computer set up with the plus environments for the actual DTG and DTF. That'll be really cool. Really
Are you going to be our trainer?
Well, actually, that's a really, really good question. We have our training manager, Michael Pope, in the chat. So he would be able to answer that a little bit better than I can. I think he's got some plans that maybe he wants to talk about, maybe not. That's a little impromptu. Sorry to just drop that on you.
Yeah, no problem. Probably Bryan would not be doing the training, but we would have one of our other trainers certainly help out with that. Probably Alice or Michael.
Thanks, Michael. All right, and then I have problems with the hot peel. It doesn't come out right. Kimberly, do you mind going into that a little bit more detail? What's not coming out right? What kind of problems are you having? And I'm sure the group would benefit from knowing the solutions as well. So I've got it on the layer A setting. Once my error light comes on, I'm going to go ahead and hit standby. And it's going to do the white layer now, and then we should be all set with this one. Anyone else have any DTF related questions? I know I asked on the Facebook group if anyone wanted to see that. I did that poll, and a very good comment that I saw was how to alleviate the kind of plastisol transfer feel of DTF, and some really good advice that I received from one of our sales reps who knows the DTF process quite well. He'll transfer the DTF and then afterwards lay down a cotton shirt and press it another 15 seconds to help kind of make it the same texture as the shirt, I suppose is the best way to describe it. Kimberly says, the problem is that once I peel off the film while hot, some of the ink is still on the film. Okay, so this will either be a powder problem or a white underbase thickness problem. Do you find that it's only certain colors that really have that issue, or is it kind of across the board? And then Tori is saying, my powder falls off onto the material. Also, the glue sometimes leaves a film visible. I would say to put a silicone sheet over top after you've done a transfer if you have extra like powder on there, and just press it another 15 seconds at the same pressure, and that should do the trick as well. Okay, Kimberly is saying it's across the board that she's having that peeling problem. So what we want to do, that sounds like it's probably not a powder issue. That's going to be a ink thickness issue. So for transfer purposes, the thickness of how much ink you've applied will matter, which is why it tends to have that certain feel to it, that DTF feel. So you need to try doing the solid environment like what I'm using today, and that might help out. I've tried that, and you can still see the specks of glue. Tori, you might have to press it maybe a little bit longer or a little bit higher pressure. And then I would recommend that if you're having the powder residue on the shirt and it's not going away, you may have had just too much powder stuck to the sheet in places it didn't belong. You should be shaking it thoroughly so that you don't have that issue to begin with. And pressing it with the sheet afterwards is kind of like a Band-Aid fix. Okay, so I've got my print done here. So then I can just pull up the corners and take it out. Okay. All right, so here's what we've got. Looking pretty nice. So then I would just take this over to the powder station, powder it, cure it 90 seconds, 260, 2 times, and then transfer it for the 25 seconds. We have a special guest joining us today. Your microphone's going to be right there. It's not on yet. So we're going to go ahead and set up another one, or did you want to go ahead and get started right now?
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead, get another sheet on here, do another print. And just leaving part of the tape on there kind of makes it easy to put it back for the next one. Alternatively, you could just do a light double-sided sticky tape, and that would work too. All right, so that one's all set. All right. Let's see, any other questions in the chat? I will help you out in the long run if you're having problems. Steaming the shirt takes away the leftover glue. Okay, so as long as you found something that works to help the end result be how you want it, then that's really what matters, Kimberly. So that's actually a really great tip that I can share with others as well. So steaming the shirt helps to alleviate that problem. So we're going to go ahead and do another print. I'm going to go with this graphic here. Let it rip. In the meantime, between sessions, I decided that I wanted to test some DTF on other things, and I found that little foam koozies work really nicely. It has a really clean transfer, looks nice, didn't lose any vibrancy. It's just that like foam. I was really expecting the foam to burn or melt or deform to some degree, but the heat press really didn't do anything to this. You might have, I had to use a little bit more pressure than usual because it is squishy. It didn't really receive the pressure that it needed the first try. So you do have to up the pressure for these guys because they'll just kind of squish and deform and not receive it. So keep that in mind, but that's a good thing to add to your repertoire. Works fantastic on neoprene koozies. I have done several. I prefer to foam. Okay, so the neoprene ones also are very good, so that's good to know. Thanks for the input, Tori. Mario Garcia says, something new I ran into with DTF on white. Colors bled after washed, and another bled after it was rained on. So that sounds like a curing issue. So you need to make sure that when you're hovering it close enough for it to actually be receiving that heat. If you're hovering it from too far away, it's not gonna cure right, and you might have that issue. So I expect that's what the problem was. Difficult to say after the fact. I'd like to connect with you afterwards and see where we can improve your process. Devin says, so I'm new to this. Where do we get the film? And do we need to get any special ink? No, so your Gamma inks or the direct inks will work perfectly. And we have our starter kit on the online store. And
you could put the link on there.
Yep, Mauricio's already on it. We're going to drop a link in the chat for those products. And then Mario's saying you need to buy more sheets to try to test. All right, so that's this one down. I'm seeing a little bit of banding on my white underbase, so I'm going to do a head cleaning. So in the meantime, any other questions from y'all in the chat? Shannon is saying, I need the environment, as in like the environment package or the environment that we're using currently. The one that we're using today is the Color Garment Solid Underbase. If you need the environment package, you can email me at Bryan@omniprintonline.com. Bryan at omniprintonline.com. Alternatively, you can join our Facebook group, and it's under the Files tab. We dropped the files back in October, late October. I've had DTF wrinkle when material is washed. So you always want to wash any kind of decorated garments inside out, and that'll help to alleviate that sort of issue. I find that that's the case even with embroidery. Washing inside out is really important. I used to never do that. I was really rough on my shirts before I started in the DTG industry, but now I kind of understand how much of an impact it actually makes. Will is saying, if you are using batch for DTF, you will get both bleeding and banding, info only. I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean, but any of the DTF sheets should be fine. If you're receiving bleeding and banding, that's going to be a settings issue or an ink flow issue if it's banding. Particularly the banding is going to be a nozzle check problem. All right, so this one's done with the head cleaning. Let's go ahead and load up another one. So for those who are joining us late, we're just using the basic adult platen for DTF. These are hot peel sheets. We're just taping down the corners. Double-sided tape would work fine as long as it's easy to get the sheet to release, then it should be fine. And one other thing, when you're leaving the tape on like this, you want to make sure that when you're taping it down, that the sheet is stretched flat. If it was bubbling up in the middle, you would get a head strike there, or best case scenario, it's just going to look bad when it prints there. So you need to be really careful about that. Still, always want to be cautious of your height. All right, so we're going to go ahead and let it rip again. We're going to do a different environment this time. We're going to do the DTF environments. We're going to go with, let's try the solids 2880 by 1440, see how that looks. So we're going to go ahead and, okay, anyone else have any, it doesn't even have to necessarily be DTF related. Anyone else have anything going on that they have questions about? Any troubleshooting that they need help with? I know right before the live today, we were having a couple of questions come into my email. So in case those folks were in the chat here today, go ahead and let me see those questions so I can help you out. Okay, so Michael's asking, how do you load the environments? So you're going to go ahead and download the KIE file that would be found either via email or on our Facebook group. You're going to put it into a folder where you're not going to move it. That's going to be the destination folder that the direct rip is going to reference. So if you move it, then you would have to load the environments again. So that's really important. So probably not the desktop. Or even the downloads folder if you keep your downloads folder clean. So you're going to download it. For some folks, you can drag and drop into the gray section of the direct rip, and it'll go ahead and prompt you to load them up. Otherwise, you're going to go to your environment section on the rip, and there's a little planet with a wrench icon. You're going to click that. Wait for it to load. You're going to go to the Import Environment Package button. It'll look like a planet on a piece of paper with a left pointing green arrow. You're going to click that button, find the KIE file that you downloaded, click Upload. It should appear on the list, and you do the green check mark. And then you should see it on your environment drop-down list. Let's see. Any other questions right now? Posted on Facebook on Saturday, white and other color blending with DTF. I was able to reduce it a lot, but it's still inconsistent. I'm still using the version 1 DTF environment. Any thoughts? I may need to give you more info. I would have you use our new environments. It'll really reduce the troubleshooting that you would need to do. So let's connect after this, Victor, and I can help you go ahead and get connected up with the new environments, get it all set up for you. So shoot me an email right now so that we can get connected without me forgetting. And then Tori asks, also could use some help with pre-treating on black poly shirts. I have been struggling. As well as, ooh, chat's moving. As well as blended shirts. Keep getting the square visible or I don't get vibrant colors. Yeah, that's a line that you gotta ride. So I am thinking I don't use enough pre-treat. It's the dividing factor is gonna be having enough pre-treat for the print to look good, but little enough pre-treat that you don't get a super defined square. The heat press settings will have a lot to do with that as well and how you press it dry. So typically shorter interval presses will help you out with that. So I would say start there. If you're doing 20-second presses, try 10-second presses instead. Does the speed of your computer affect the speed of your print? No, it does not, Mario. So let me revise that. So a particularly slow computer will slow down the printer, but having a rip-roaring PC won't make it print any faster than it already would. The defining factor is the job rips on the fly, and if it can't rip faster than the printer prints, then that's where you're gonna have an issue. Is there a certain environment that I should use when printing human faces? Shannon, is that intended for DTF or DTG? We have a set of photo environments that will be ideal for that. And you always want to make sure that you turn off highlight for the photos. If you're printing photos with highlight, anywhere where there's like light reflecting off of skin, it won't look right because you're putting white on top of the color where it should be behind it. What's the recommended DTF curing time and temp? So for curing, after you apply the powder, you're gonna hover it. You're gonna do 260 degrees, 90 seconds twice. After that, you're going to transfer it 25 seconds, medium high pressure, so like a 456. I guess that would just be medium pressure, not medium high. All right, so we have a very special guest here with us today, Mr. Victor Pena. You can go ahead and say hi to everybody.
What's up? What's up, everybody? How about we give Bryan a big hand? Woo! Helping everybody out. So, guys, I wanted to come on here real quick, and don't worry, I don't have COVID, and it doesn't come through Zoom anyway, so it'll be good. So there's a couple things. You know, if you guys have any questions, you know, hit the chat. So I just came back. So every year I go to the CES show. I don't know if you guys saw it online. And Victor, I see you right there. Michael, David. Hey, everybody, turn on their cameras so I can see you guys.
They're shy today.
I know they're shy today. Dennis, look at that. Mario, he's got a good picture on there, but no camera. Everybody turn on their cameras. It's better if I could see you. But anyway, so I want to chat with you guys a little bit today. So I go to this trade show every single year, and it's the CES show. You know, you got like the all the virtual reality, all the new stuff. It's like to change my mindset, right? I go every single year. And so I was like, you know what? I need to come on here today and figure out with you guys, you know, how many of you guys are still like thinking, all right, I want to go to a show or I don't want to go to a show, right? Maybe if you wanna go to a show where live people, put yes on the chat. It'll give me a good idea. If not, then put no on the chat. So at any show, Victor, like as you guys know, the ISS show is ISS show, Imprinted Sportswear show in Long Beach. It's every January, and every single like big players there at that show, right? So we're exhibiting there, 21st to the 23rd, from what I saw, I want to show you guys what I saw in CES is traffic of the booth is about 40%. So my question is, are live trade shows dead? Right? That was my question. And because they're requiring obviously the vaccine, and then they're requiring COVID tests and all sorts of different regulations, right? So, and I've always been, some of you guys that have been in our boot camps before have seen, we were the first ones to do like a, web show back, April 16th, 2020, and there's just a lot going on. So on the way back, I always like to reflect on, all right, what did I see at the show? What did I like? What can I do to help you guys, to help our community, help our customers? So we decided that we're going to have the ISS Long Beach show, and we're going to make it into a hybrid 360 experience, right, for you guys. So what that's going to be is, if you guys are not registered to go to a show, you're not comfortable going to the show, you still want to see what's new, we're going to be, again, at the front of this thing, the only ones that are doing a hybrid show. We're going to be doing lives every single day of what's at the show, new stuff that we're releasing, Q&As, demonstrations, all that stuff, Instagram lives on every platform, also YouTube, and Zoom. So for any of you guys that want to go virtually, Mauricio is going to put up a free link for a free pass for you guys, and we're doing it 3 days in a row. So we're having like giveaways each day, and this is a thing. What are the most valuable things of going to shows? And I put these down. Number one is meeting people, right? The what you get from being around the same like-minded people. So we're going to create a similar situation in our hybrid show. Obviously helping you with your mindset, seeing winners out there that are crushing it. What can you do to do that? And also, if you're winning, sharing that with people. And then you get to see, like, firsthand, it shows is number one, like, that's the new stuff. So if you want to see what's new in the industry, you go to trade shows. So there's still a lot of values, but I was thinking, all right, well, we have to be able to give you guys that don't want to go to a show, don't feel comfortable being out there. We want to give you guys a way to be in the action also, and get that value, right? So we're doing that for you guys. Make sure that if there's specific stuff that you guys want to see, what you like, put it in the chat so that we know. We like to do stuff fast. Like I said, I just came back last week from this show. And we're like, the team's probably hating me because I'm like, hey, you know what? If we're going to provide value to our people out there, help them grow, we got to do this hybrid because not a lot of people, are comfortable with still traveling, right? So it's the OmniPrint 360 hybrid experience. Check that out. And I think this is for a lot of you guys in our boot camps, you already saw like we'll give away a printer at the end of the shows or at the end of a big boot camp day. I think this time we're going to do 3 giveaways. We haven't decided which single products are going to be, so we'll be releasing that on our social media, on the emails coming up. So also share it, guys, for people that are out there. And if you guys are going, Lori, that's a good question. Also sign up because the ticket is hybrid, and we'll get you a pass to the show if you're going to be physical, right? So this is a physical and a virtual ticket when you sign up. So set that up, sign up there, and we'll help you guys with that kind of stuff. Those are like big advantages. I know it's a crazy situation right now, but remember, the number one thing that will set you guys apart from everyone else is your mindset, because what you think is what you become, right? So get around those people with the right mindset, get around your peers, everybody, you guys should be connecting here on the chat. That way you guys can help each other connect on the Facebook group. We're committed to helping you guys continue to grow. And I'll open it up for some Q&A now. If you guys have anything you guys need help on, questions, maybe raise your hand. We can bring you guys up, and I can help you guys. Doesn't matter what it is. This is the start of 2022, and whatever kind of questions you guys have, I'll be happy to help you guys while I'm here. We're working on mastermind type, higher courses. So Josh is saying he's looking to level up. He's looking to move up in the business. When are we going to do another like a boot camp and a mastermind to help in certain areas, right? So we're working on that stuff. I know Michael Pope's on here. He's a training manager, and I've been working with him directly to set something up. So stay tuned to that. We're going to do a lot more of these trainings and a lot more of these mastermind, because if you guys are not subscribed to our YouTube channel, I always do creators one-on-ones with people that are winning. There's a lot of good mindset there, but we all got to get together and grow together, and the only way to do that is being in a group. And then we're going to do more of that because we do a lot of marketing help, a lot of sales help for you guys to keep growing and building your brand. So great question. We'll be reaching out, and I think Josh, you follow us and you follow me, so reach out to that stuff. And everybody, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, because we drop a lot of help there too. What else? Oh yeah, if you go up, I think it was she was saying, oh yeah, she's going to ISS show every year, but not flying. Linda saying she's not flying, so she's going virtual. That's kind of the hunch that I got when I was at the show. There's some people that are not comfortable flying, or the vaccine thing, or the getting tested right there at the show. So it's like, what else can we do to provide that mindset help, to provide the help that the shows give you guys, but also do it in a hybrid way. So, it's the first time anybody does it. So we'll see how it goes. I can tell you guys, we're committed to making it a crazy good experience. You guys that attended some of our boot camps, you guys know that we try to make it as valuable as possible. Have a lot of people on there. So I'm glad you guys like the idea, and we'll see how it goes. John Murray says he's not going to shows until COVID is gone for good. See, that's it. Michael. So if you could do the. So Michael Kuftik is asking, what is a boot camp? So we've done creators business boot camps. Where we have like some of the best industry speakers. We go around sales, marketing, execution. We've had like Damon John on there, Grant Cardone, Jesse Itzler. Maybe if Josh is still around, come on, Josh, and maybe you can explain a little bit. I know you've gone to a couple of them. and see if you could say something about the boot camps.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Josh Pay. I have a small shop up in North Dakota. A little bit about the boot camps. The boot camps are badass. If you're trying to really level up, you gotta take it serious though. That's the main thing, and execute. Um, that's one of the biggest things, execute, right? When it comes to these classes, like take notes and make sure you're really paying attention, and then execute. That's the biggest thing, is execute. Make sure you're putting this stuff into effect. That's my biggest advice is, anybody reads, all these books or listens to these books and they're like, oh, I'm a badass today, but it's all about what you're doing tomorrow, not what you do the day of. Um, the boot camps are awesome though. They definitely help, as long as you're looking for the help and you're more than just wanting to hear good things, you're wanting to do good things too. Um, that's all I really got. But
Cool. What'd you think about the speakers, Josh?
yeah, so that's the main thing, right? So the speakers are what really drive it. These guys are in, maybe not in our industry, but they built, multi-million-dollar industries, and they know what they're talking about. And it's not just a, one shoe fits all type deal. These guys know a lot about business, and that's what we're in. We're in the business, and we're in the sales business, believe it or not, customer service and sales. I mean, a lot of the guys that's on these boot camps are top notch. They're not nobodies. They're big hitters. And when I mean big hitters, I mean like, dude, if you don't know who they are and you look them up, you're gonna be like, how have I not heard of this person? Because this is some next level stuff.
That's awesome. What was the biggest takeaway for you?
So when you guys had Grant Cordone on, that guy, he's 10x in it. That's that's just huge. If you don't know who he is, read his book 10x. That's probably one of the best ones yet. And then I mean, just that's probably one of the biggest ones I've taken back.
Yeah, so to 10x your business grow, that's one of my personal mentors. So, I pull a lot of favors, Damon John, Grant Cardone, like Josh says, Jesse Itzler, he was super good, Lori, all these people are amazing, right? So we assemble these guys to help you guys grow, right? Because one thing is buying the equipment, right, and getting that stuff. And yeah, we sell and we manufacture equipment, but our mission is to empower you guys to grow with print on demand, right? So that also means sales, marketing, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, so we're kind of like the hybrid thing. Like I said, nobody's done it, but we want to do it big. So the idea is, can we do a live experience for the people that are live, and then also do a hybrid for the people that are home to get the same amount of value, right? So we'll see. All I know is we're gonna give it all of our effort and might to bring it valuable to you guys. So we do a lot of this stuff free to our customers, so that you guys can continue to grow. So and always reach out. If you guys have questions about sales, marketing, that kind of stuff, it doesn't necessarily have to be about printing all the time. There's a big community here, and we'll start doing more together when it comes to growing that kind of stuff. So I'm super excited this year to really fire that up. Tori, she says she can't wait to be able to purchase a pre-treatment machine. Hit up Bryan. I'm sure he'll help you. Stay connected. Super good to seeing you guys here. Make sure you guys are following us. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube video, because we're releasing a ton more this year to help you guys grow, right? So we're fully committed. We're in it. World is a chaos, but all we can do is make sure that we're committed to growing our businesses, helping our families through stuff, so that we can come out of this on top, right? So looking forward to the next one, seeing you guys here, and we'll chat with you soon.